Alright guys, welcome back to the Adam Show. Sorry I haven't put a battle report up. It's been over the Christmas holidays, all that sort of stuff, so I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So we're back now, back into the routine, back at work. Everything's back, so I'm back to doing my weekly battle reports. So to kick off the year, I'm going to do a 1500 point army of Deathguard to start the year off. It's not very Christmassy, I know, but that's what's happening. Alright, so the 1500 points, what have we got? So in HQ, we've got a Demon Prince. He's just got the 2 Malefic Talons. He doesn't have wings, he's just on foot. He's going to be the Warlord. He's going to have disgustingly resilient, so 4 up, feel no pain, and he's also got the Suffocating Plate, which gives him the 2 up, and then the 4 up, wounding things when they hit him in close combat. So it'll be a bit of a tank, just running around trying to kill things. Next up, I'm using this guy as Typhus today, just to test him out. I did a bit of work on his little Man Reaper in there, so it looks alright. They're my 2 HQs anyway. So Typhus will be, the Demon Prince will just be running with Miasma of Pestilence, so -1 for things to hit, and then Typhus will have Blades of Purification and Putrescent Vitality. Alright, for the 3 troops, we've got 1, 2 units of 10 Poxwalkers, which is pretty standard, you know what they do, they walk around spewing on things. Then we got a 7-man unit of Plague Marines. We got 3 plasma guns in there, and then also, because I had points spare, the champion has Power Fist. I don't know how much that'll change the battle, but that's what he's got. Alright, moving along to elites. We've got the trusty Foul Blight Spawn, so he's in there, and the Noxious Blightbringer, can't even say it, to get everything moving along fast. So they're my 2 elite choices. Then in fast attack, we got 1, 2 Fetid Bloat Drones, both with Plague Spitters. I just finished painting this guy, updated him to the army, so I'm still finishing his basing, but the model itself's done. So I want to add a 3rd one of these in, but for now I only own 2 and he's now painted up. So that's my 2 fast attack choices. They've been well, the one I had already painted has been fantastic in every game I've used him in. He's always either got his points back or just done something in the battle that's helped me win. So having 2 of them, I'm hoping we'll double up on that. Alright, moving along to heavy support. We have a Plague Burst Crawler with the 2 Plague Spitters on the side, just the cheap machine gun on the front, and the mortar on the back. So he's only coming in 140 points. I usually, if you've seen other battle reports, just push that thing forward into the middle of the board and just, you know, let people shoot at its tough hide and spits acid and shells and stuff all over the place. And then last but not least, in the middle, the Land Raider. So it's what was in the last edition known as God Hammer pattern. So las cannons, heavy bolters, and this one has a Havoc missile launcher. So tactics wise, the 7 Plague Marines and the Foul Blight Spawn will be in there, pushing forward. You know, the Poxwalkers and stuff will probably stay near Typhus and move up the field. Demon Prince smashes stuff, and obviously the 3 vehicles, all tough vehicles, will apply whatever pressure they need to in the battlefield. Quick note too, really good points drops with this army across the board. So I was able to squeeze more things in at 1500 points, like the Land Raider's gone down, my Plague Marines have gone down to a respectable amount. Things like this guy, the Noxious Blightbringer, he's gone down. So a few bits and bobs out of the army, which actually saves you some points, and able to get some more things into the army. Alright, so I don't know who I'm playing. It's first battle report of the year. I'll get down to the club and we'll see what happens. Alright. Alright guys, I've got down to the club and my opponent is Space Wolves. So, in it we've got 3 HQs. We've got a Battle Leader. This is the model I want, by the way. Got to get it on eBay. We've got a Rune Priest, and this was the Wolf Priest. Yep. So that's 3 HQs. Then we've got 2 units of Blood Claws in Razorbacks with assault cannons. Do they have any power weapons or anything?
Oh yeah, the sergeants have power swords.
Power swords, yep. Alright, and then over here we've got a unit of aggressors with the Boltstorm gauntlets. Behind them, 7 Wolfen. What do we got? 6 with Thunderhammer Storm Shield.
Yep.
And the Claws, the leader.
Yep.
And then for the third troops choice at the back, we've got an Intercessor squad. He's paid for the power sword. It's just got teeth. And then we've got the Storm Wolf at the back with 2 multi-melters, las cannon and frost cannon. So I don't think my land raid is going to last very long. Alright, that's the list. That's 1500 points, and we'll get back to you once we've rolled up a mission. Alright guys, so we've rolled up a mission, supplies from above. Now in this mission, the Space Wolves got to set up their entire army first, which we've got intercessors, the battle leader, and 1, 2, 3 vehicles. The rest of the guys are all in the vehicles. Wolfen are in this big thing, Bloodclaws are in these. Then I got to set my whole army up second over here, so I've castled over here because his Space Wolves, he's going to come to me. Inside my Land Raider is just some Plague Marines and I can't even remember the other guy, the guy with the flame spray thing will come to me. So we got 1, 2, 3 and 4 objectives. So I'm going to try and seize the initiative and see this new supplies from above if I get the first turn, otherwise he automatically gets the first turn. That's a cocked dice. Well, I get to reroll, the tension's on. That's a 5. Alright, so Space Wolves will go first. Don't look like there's much on there, but they will soon. And we'll get back to you when they've had their first turn. Alright. Alright, and the Space Wolves turn 1. So everything was here. He's come zooming along here with absolutely everything. We moved the objectives because in this supply drop they move 3 inches. You probably can't notice, but they have moved around a bit. Now the most noticeable part of this turn is this ginormous flying shoe come across here, and as you can see here, there's no longer a Land Raider. It blew it up. So first turn he's taken 300 points off the table, and we better not subtract that he also killed some Poxwalkers. So that's the end of the Space Wolves turn 1. Pretty much flew forward, blew that stuff up. We can't score points on objectives till after this turn, so I'll see if I can retaliate and give him some what's for. Alright. Alright guys, end of Deathguard turn 1, so everything's pushed forward. Except for these guys who are running over here to get this objective at the start of the turn, provided they don't get assault cannoned. So, with everything that moved forward, these 2 spat into this and then he ran into it, taking it down to 5 wounds. And all the combined firepower of this stuff here, with the plasma and the flamers and the... Actually it was this guy that done the most damage with his little tubey flamer thing, took this down to 2 wounds. So for the first 2 turns it's been a bit of an eye for an eye. He took a Land Raider, I took this down to 2 wounds. So, it's getting vicious to start with. We'll get back to Space Wolves turn 2 and we'll see how serious this can't even speak, how serious this can get. Alright. Alright guys, end of Space Wolves turn 2. Most of the action went down right here. This whiffed at shooting at anything because I had it down on 2 wounds, so I was hitting on 5s, hit nothing. But then the Wolfen and the Rune Priest got out and they beat the shit out of my Poxwalkers. My guy with the thing that I still can't remember his name, I apologise for that. I'll have a look at the end of the thing. They've locked up my Bell guy and they've locked up my tank. They also, I managed to kill a few of them because I had my Poxwalkers on like strength 5 and all that sort of jazz with psychic powers, but still they did the damage. Over here though, charging here with all his shooting over here, took it down, 4 wounds off it, sorry, charged in and then did 1 wound and then I ate 3 of his guys. Mass hammer. Alright, so I'll have my turn 2. This has been an absolute bloodfest and we'll see what happens. Alright guys, end of Deathguard turn 2. So, if we come around here, I had to pull this out of combat. I ran these guys over here to grab an objective. This guy ran over here and smashed up a Razorback. These 2 bloat drones, 1, 2, came over here. 1 took out the other Razorback. Well actually the combined power of their spitters took out the Razorback. Then I charged over here and finished off the flyer. So I killed all his vehicles this turn. Then in combat here, he killed my Bell guy. I killed 1 of his wolf guys and took a wound off one, and in return they took Typhus down to 1 wound. But that's good because we're holding him in there. These guys are here, and these guys got out over here, and he's still got some guys up here. So he's actually got more troops, but I think I got more firepower at this point. So we will do Space Wolves turn 3. This is only turn 2 at the moment. Turn 3 coming up. Let's see what happens. Alright guys, end of Space Wolves turn 3. Typhus is no longer here, but he managed to take the Wolfen down to 1 before he died. Over here the Space Wolves have sort of retreated back. They took a wound off the big fella here. Then over here, combined firepower from all the shooting and close combat over here. I think they took this guy down to 2 wounds, and this guy went down to his halfway mark, so he's on 5. These 2 drones are doing really well, tying him up, soaking up the shots. But he's holding a few objectives, so we'll see what happens at the end of my turn 3. We'll get back to you. Alright guys, enemy turn. Demon Prince has come over here and beat these guys up a bit because they're troops, they still held it, so he got a point for that. And over here, my Buzzy McFlies killed a few Primaris, killed some aggressors, but as their troops, he still captured that objective. But yeah, we're still here annoying him. This thing come driving up too. So we've got a lot of vehicles around here harassing him. But then around here, he's still got his Wolf Priest, and one of these guys left and he beat up 2 of them, and I couldn't do much back to him. So the end of that's end of turn 3, and we're both on 3 points. So now we'll go to Space Wolves turn 4 and see what happens. Alright guys, end of the Wolf's turn. Down here, I just made some ridiculously disgusting resilient rolls here, and I'm still here in combat with this guys. Over here, he's whittled this one down to 2 wounds and this one down to 3 wounds, but they just won't go away. And they're still buzzing around here, and obviously this tank's still here. And over here, the Demon Prince went ham and killed everything bar the Rune Priest, who went really well on his Armour of Rust saves. 4 up, got himself in there, good to go. And then these guys still holding this objective. So I'll have my turn 4, and we'll see if we can't kill all these Space Wolves. Alright, end of Deathguard turn 4. These guys are holding this objective here, giving me a point. Over here, somehow this battle is still going on, disgustingly resilient, and I passed my leadership. Over here, between the tank and the bloat drones, we burnt out all them guys claiming that objective in another point, and we couldn't get rid of the battle leader, but we outnumbered him there. And then over here, I've only got 2 wounds left on my Demon Prince, and he's only got 2 wounds left on his Rune Priest. They're just battling it out over this objective. So I'm currently on 5, and the Wolves are on 3, and we'll be going in turn 5 by the looks of it. Alright. Alright, this is a quick one into turn 5. These guys managed to wipe out the rest of the Plague Marines. This guy stomped the Rune Priest's head in, come out of it with 1 wound. He got shot in the face with a plasma, hit in the head 3 times with an axe, survived it all down to 1 wound, then turned around and slapped the Rune Priest down. It was pretty epic. Then over here, this guy just couldn't do anything to these guys, but they didn't really do anything back. So I think I'll have my turn 5, and there's 3 models on the table, so if I can't remove them, I'm just shit. Alright, we'll get back to you. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the game. The Deathguard are victorious because they've come over here, stomped out his leader and the last of the Wolfen with combined flamers, or goo flamers, whatever you want to call them. And then this guy at his last wound, stomping him out. Now, this guy over here is still here, but it's turn 5. It's getting late here, so we're going to call it because he's probably going to have a go at this, and then all this stuff's going to kill him anyway. So the end of the game was I was on 7 points and 3 to the Space Wolves. So, you got anything you want to add?
No, really good game. Brutal.
Brutal was good. If you enjoyed this battle report, like and subscribe to the channel. And these Space Wolves will be back on again. They're getting worked on, getting painted. So, something to look forward to. Alright guys, cheers.